Do guitarists really get all the good stuff? Today we're going to see what a bass speaker has to offer. Hi, I'm Paul and welcome to Zilla Cabs. This week we're going to take a look at probably my favourite bass guitar speaker, Celestion's BN12-300S, but we're going to put a twist on it. I want to see if we can use it for guitar. I already know the answer's a big yes, but you do have to be careful. The speaker itself is really responsive for bass. It's also pretty articulate, so tonally this is a good place to start. From a technical point of view, it's super light, having a neodymium magnet and also rated pretty high power wise at 300 watts. As a side note, the lightweight high-powered guitar speaker from Celestion's range will probably be the Copperback. And if I'm being honest, that is a speaker I have sometimes struggled with, so maybe the BN12-300S could plug that gap. Let's start by taking a listen to Joe on a telly. I'll be honest, Joe could make anything sound good, and I'm not always a massive fan of tellies for demoing speakers, as the guitar itself has such a distinctive sound. I just really love those tracks. So let's push the gain up a little and see what happens with a dirty Strat for some variety. For this demo we've used our closed back Fatboy 2x12, which although is a responsive cab, it does have plenty of low end, something that the speaker itself probably doesn't need emphasizing when we use it with guitar. Despite this, it didn't sound boomy, so in a smaller open back cab it's only going to sound brighter. We're going to be releasing something really special soon, which is going to allow you to directly compare speakers, as well as how changing the cabs can have a huge difference on your amp's tone. If you're watching this later, then it may well be out, and if it is, I'll stick the link just up here. We're going to push the gain up a little later, but let's take a listen to how the BN12-300S sounds with a slightly darker guitar, the 355. Okay, we've heard loads of clean and do promise we'll up the gain, but first, just to drive the point home about darkness, I don't think the last track sounded too dark. The next track, however, we're going to play is mid-gain rock track on an SG. Now for me, this does sound a little dark, but I do know Joe's SG well and have always found that guitar itself to be quite dark, so maybe just a bit of re-EQing would have done the trick here. Following track's going to show how the BN12-300S copes with even more gain, and here it sounds pretty tight, which kind of shows that either the SG was an anomaly or just maybe needed things changing up a little. Alright, so I think we've shown that the BN12-300S can work well for guitar. One thing I'd like to say is, following on from my comments earlier about the Fatboy 2x12 being a more bass heavy cab, the BN12-300S probably sounds even better in an open back cab and smaller cabs too. We often use it in our open back compact 1x12, and although that's said, we also use it in baritone cabs and 4x12s too. So in short, it's a pretty versatile speaker. One that if you want reduced weight and need a high power rating, then is definitely worth a look, and in my view, often the best choice. I know we've used a lot of cleaner and lower gain tracks on this video. Part of this is because I do love this speaker with lower gain sounds, but I hope we've shown that it can handle higher gains too. That said, to play things out, here are a few more cleaner tracks. But before then, until next time, stay cool, hang tough, and riff hard.